Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We're playing Transport Fever 2. All right, let me unpause the game and we'll get right back into it. Boom. Let's do double speed. Where are we? What have we done? Last episode, we generated our map. We just got started. We looked at a few of the towns. We didn't look at every single town, but we tried to find a town or city or village here where we could manufacture some of the needed products, one of the two needed products, I guess, kind of within the local vicinity. And this Carrollton looked to have both products that they're requiring. Looked possible to make those fairly close by. So we've got a nice straight line here for wood to planks to tools straight into Carrollton for one of the requirements. And then the other requirement we saw is fuel. You can see here's our factory right there, a refinery. We just need to get oil there. We've got kind of a little bit different run for that. It's oil from the oil well into the refinery. And then the refined oil that comes out of there goes to the fuel refinery. And out comes the fuel. And we bring that into Carrollton. Sorry. But so far, last episode, we set up the initial production. We need to balance this and keep an eye on it. We're definitely not done balancing this. I need to double check it all. But we've at least got some tools being sent into Carrollton, and we can see that here. We're meeting 20% of the demand, or at least we're getting a bonus of 20% to the town's growth. So that's all good. That means more money. We can look at our financials. This just kind of shows, I guess, the population and the growth. Not much to see there yet because it's pretty early. This shows where people want to go that live in this town. So we need to deliver products. We saw that the first episode, but we also need to move people around. And so I think this is telling us where people want to go. So we've got, I don't know, 131 people who want to move around into the shopping district. We've got 134 that need transport into work, or 135. I believe that's what those numbers mean. And then we've got a couple people that want to go shop in Arlington. And we've got one person that wants to go work in Arlington. They're driving on their own right now. They would be candidates for public transportation if we set it up. Where is Arlington? There's not many here. It's not we're setting up a bus route for two people, but let's look for Arlington just so we know roughly where that's at. Okay, it's south of us. As long as I keep the map oriented this way, it's south of us. I don't know if there's a compass here. There's Arlington. Eventually, we're going to probably be sending some people here either by train or bus or trolley car. We'll see. And what else is there to see? Suppliers. This just shows us where the tools are coming from. So we're doing all right. We're doing okay. This episode, let's look at balancing the log stuff here. We have an issue right now where logs are oversupplied. It's overloaded, so we're not picking up logs fast enough. We added a bunch of trucks. We've got several trucks on this line, but it can't keep up, and it looks like the planks are probably getting close to that as well. So let's add some more trucks here to the logs first. I'm going to just select the line, manage vehicles. I'm going to pick 5 more trucks. The technique I've been using, I just select 5 of the trucks that are on that route, and I just click the duplicate button here, or clone selected vehicles. One click, and we just purchased 5 new vehicles, all configured and ready to go. And they will automatically make their way from the depot. Here they come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To go pick up logs and bring them over here to our sawmill. That's going to mean more planks. And we've already got planks accumulating here. So let's put some more on that route. How about 4? Oink. Okay, 4 more on that route. Let's see how we're doing over here. This is all stacked up. Right, 34. We're actually losing final products, losing cargo, because we're not hauling out of here fast enough. And that's kind of a long trip, right? So even if there's not a lot of products, it takes a lot of trucks to traverse that route. So we're going to add a bunch here probably. We will, let's see, tools into Carrollton. I've already got the route selected. I'm just going to do manage vehicles. And I'm going to go bold. I may double this entire thing just because of the distance. Now, if I don't select any vehicles and I click this button, I'm going to say clone all of them. I'm going to say, yep. Now we got 18 instead of 9. Now we're running down our bank balance here, 171,308. But again, it takes money to make money. We need to get more of these carriages out there, delivering product into town. So it'll take a while for this to normalize. We'll see if these numbers start coming down. In the meantime, what we can do is start thinking about our oil production. We can also take a look at the profit real quick. Let's take a look. Here is our financials. So let's see, in the first few months of the year, we lost this much money in our road operations, 64,000. We spent that much money on investment in trucks and things, trucks and stations, I imagine. And then we paid $9,000 in interest. The next, I don't know if this is 2-3 months. We lost a lot less money on the road. We started delivering products and making some money, but we still came out with a little bit of a loss. We invested a little bit less, and we paid a little more in interest because we took another loan. And then you can kind of see how things are progressing. So we made a bunch of money on our road operations during this period, 121 grand. That looks good. Invested some more, paid some more interest. And then here's where we're at now. We'll see how profitable this is. This period isn't over yet, it looks like. And then we only owe $1.5 million. So that's a lot better than the $5 million we started owing. But we also don't have much money in the bank, right? And every year is still coming up negative. So we're about to make some more investments. The other thing we can do, if you look here at the bottom right, there's some more detailed statistics that we can look at. This is showing by line, I think, how profitable each line is. That's actually not looking too bad. We're making a profit on all of these lines. That's pretty darn good, actually. What else we got? Here's the status of all our vehicles. So at the vehicle level, how much profit are they generating? Doing pretty good with these guys. And then these guys down here, not so much. You can see our tools line. A lot of the trucks we just bought probably to put on the tools line. Tools into whatever. Is that going to give me a pop-up? Oh, well, that should give me a pop-up showing me the full name. Can I expand this? Yeah. Tools into Carrollton. Those ones are all brand new, so that's why they're showing negative. In fact, they may have just made a delivery because they just came up a little bit. That's our vehicle statistics. We can filter by the type of vehicle. And then what do we got here? Station statistics. This shows me overloaded, very poor, right? That's what we're trying to deliver more logs. So that's a problem for us. In fact, you can probably sort by that. And this is a handy display to see where your attention is needed. So we may add even more trucks to that line. It is still overloaded and we're losing product. All right, what else we got? We got our town statistics here. All of our towns, we're in Carrollton, Carrollton, sorry. Here's us. Size 215. Here's our transportation for, I think this is private transportation. Yeah. 210. I'm not sure what that score really is. Then, yeah, we're not supplying any fuel yet. We're starting to supply nearly half of the requirement for tools. That'll increase, I believe, as the town gets larger. And then we can see way off to the right. That's our growth bonus, 60%. So I don't know if that's good or bad. It's better than negative, and it's better than 0. So happy. And the last one is our industries. And let's see, can we see anything happening here? Well, yeah, I'm not sure what to see here yet. Let's let me scroll over. What's the name of this guy? Daly City Forest 2. Let's scroll down and just see what it tells us about that. Daly City Forest 2. Okay, 44% transport. We'd like to see that get to 100. And we're shipping apparently 400 a year out of 400 possible. That's probably good. So that's all the displays down there in the bottom right. Let's take a look. We're still overloaded. This number has come down a tiny bit. But let's go and add some more trucks here. Manage vehicles. I'm going to add about 5 more. So I'll select 5 out of this list. Doesn't matter which 5. They're all the same. Duplicate. And that gets us 5 more trucks coming out of the depot. Our bank balance is actually climbing. Seems like it's climbing. Well, we lost money last year. I just bought those vehicles. That's probably why. You can see our profit from road operations has increased. Or our income, I should say. We're paying 15 grand a month or whatever, a period, whatever these periods are. And yeah, I'm at 1/4 speed there. That's fine. So yeah, if we can pay off that debt, that 15 grand, I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot in the big scheme of things, but it just keeps on, we have to keep on paying it over and over. So we'll keep on double speed right now. I don't think there's any other overload situation. Oh, there is. Tools are overloaded. Remember, we just added more vehicles to this line, but I think we need to do more. I'm going to click on one of the trucks, then manage vehicle. That gets us into this same display, but it has one selected. And I'm going to add 4 more trucks to this line. Boom. And you can see over here on the left, already road tools into Carrollton. I'll click that. Now we're up to 22 vehicles on that line. But again, it's kind of long distance. That's why it's requiring so many trucks, most likely. Every truck that's coming is full. They're slow. It's slow coming, right? Long gaps between deliveries here. But each truck is coming out full, so that's good. All right. Now let's maybe give some thought to bringing some oil over here to the refinery. We could create a brand new road. And that might make some sense. It's going to cost some money, but it may keep traffic out of town. And that's kind of what we want. So let's look at that. For roads, we're going to go to our kind of road button down here at the bottom, the hotbar. I'll click on the streets tab. Boom. And let's just start with small country road. Our little vehicles, I don't think, can go very fast anyway. I'm just going to click and drag a pretty road here. I guess I should go as direct as I can. That's probably the most efficient. That's not too much, 56,000 and change. Boom. And same thing like we just did, right? We want to get a couple depots set up. We'll stick with trucks for now. Okay, boom. I can try to cheat this far. I don't want to get too far away. How about, that seems reasonable. And then this guy is going to be moving products in both directions. So I'm going to put this one kind of right nearby. We're going to be dropping off products here and picking up from this station. At least initially. We can put down more stations and split things up. And we can expand these stations. Oh, I need cash. Let's go take a loan. Borrow another 500 grand. Again, it takes money to make money, so we're going to have to take out these loans, at least initially. Boom. And let's set up our line. I can close that for now. Set up our line here, a new one. We want from here, here. We'll name this guy road. Probably don't need these prefix is because I think we can filter, only show road lines and depots. I'm going to start with these on. We'll play once we get a bunch of other routes. I may clean these up, maybe between episodes or something. But I'm going to start with these just to make it easy on me, I suppose. And this is going to be, what do we call this? Crude? Crude to refinery? And then oil to fuel or something refinery? About crude to oil refinery. How's that? This should probably say like Carrollton, right? Somewhere in here. We'll have to come up with a naming convention because eventually we're going to have all kinds of towns. We don't have a way to filter on towns. Carrollton Crude. It should probably be... Anyway, well, I'll leave it there. It probably should be, though, like the town name first, and then the type, and then the actual product, maybe. That way when we sort, it'll be a little easier to see. But we'll figure it out as we go. Hey, we need trucks for this line. We can work off the same depot since these roads are all connected. And why don't we start this time with 6. 5 vehicles. We'll do 6 of these guys. I'm just double clicking 6 times. Select them all. Assign them to the crude oil. The oil refinery. I may actually pause the game here because these trucks aren't going to have anything to do until there's actually a demand, I believe. So until somebody wants this fuel and we're going to eventually sell the product or turn it into this town, I don't think this oil well will actually pump. So I'd rather not have the trucks just driving around back and forth for nothing. So let's try and get the full production line going while we're paused. We've got, what is this called? What do they call this? Crude oil into the refinery. That's going to get us just oil. Okay, fair enough. And then we want to send oil over to this guy. And we'd probably like to not crowd up this road. We can see this is going to be a high traffic road. So I might pop a road through here somehow. Maybe a couple roads. We'll have to, yeah, we'll have to see how we want to do that. We want to try to keep traffic management in mind as we do this. Let's go. Maybe with a road. Let's do a couple things. We're going to spend some money on roads, it looks like here. Streets. Show you what I'm thinking. I'm just going to start with dirt road. And I'm just going to come over here. Boom. We can upgrade these roads later, I believe. And now I want to get from... I want to get this oil up there. I'm going to do a road that comes straight up through here. I can do waypoints, I think, to force the trucks on a certain path. I'm going to come up here. Boom. Okay. And then I got to put a truck station here. And that is going to serve 2 purposes. We're going to use it to drop off the oil, and we're going to use it to pick up the fuel. So again, placing this a few $1,000, I'm not, you know, you could really kind of get perfectionist on this. I'm not going to. Could be, how about right there? Boom. And then we need to set up our line. Again, we're paused, so nothing's moving along right now. Pick a new line. We want from here to here. Let's name it. This one is oil. Let's try a different naming convention. I know this is going to drive people nuts because it's not consistent. Carrollton, this is oil to fuel refinery. Boom. Carrollton, we'll leave the road in here so that when we sort, we can get that the way we want. And I'll rename this one right below it just to attempt some level of consistency early on here. Road, crude to oil refinery. Okay. All right. Now we need to get trucks on that line. Let's do it. This one, you can see it's a huge distance, right? So we're going to need a lot of trucks, most likely. Let's go to buy vehicles. Are they not letting me buy vehicles? Okay, unselect that. Buy vehicles? No. Not sure why I'm not getting the ability to buy vehicles. I'll come out of that. And again. Missing something. Do I have to play? Didn't have to. Hold on. Let's see. Something obvious. I got to go to my depot. Buy vehicles. And boy, I'm thinking 10 to start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 12 actually. I'm going to clone. That gets me 8. And we'll start with 12. I know I'm going to need more than that even. Court note, not enough money. We'll take another loan. Borrow. We're up to 2.5 million now. Back to the vehicle manager, and I'm going to clone one more time for 12. So we got 12 vehicles. Now I got to select them all. I got all 12 selected, and let's put these guys on the oil to the fuel refinery. Boom. Okay, that started. Now we need to deliver fuel, right? And that's to the industrial district. That's all this area. Industrial building. You can see as I mouse over. So we need another drop-off point. Truck unload stop. How about here? Like that. Boom. And then let's continue this road up. So the trucks can pick up the oil from here, or the fuel, sorry. Hopefully come down this way, drop it off at this station. It's on the right side of the road as they come down this way. Then loop around, come up this road, and go back. That's the plan. And just for aesthetics, maybe we'll stick to the same street style. I think this is just one of these, small street. 2 lanes, limit of 12 miles an hour. Oh, that's horrible. Let's try this one. Okay, that might be what it was anyway. 25 miles an hour on this road. $6,000, that's not much. We can upgrade these roads as well later, widen them. I think I did that in City Skylines right away. I mean, everything was like 6 lanes when I right at the beginning of the game. But we won't do that here. We'll rework it later. Okay, I got my routes. Deliver the oil. Now I got a new route. I need to deliver the fuel. So let's go do that. I call it route. They call it line. Let's pick here. We're going to pick up our fuel and we're going to drop it off at the new station we just put down in the industrial area. Boom. Name this one. We'll just call this fuel into Carrollton. I know it's redundant, but these names early on are prototypes. We'll standardize on something eventually, maybe. The Carrollton Road, fuel into Carrollton. That's our route. Can I go into the vehicle manager from here? It doesn't look like it. Gotta be on my depot to buy vehicles. So let's do that. This route's not very long, right? So maybe we start out with 6 and see if things back up. Start with 6 trucks, that is. Buy vehicles, 6 horse-drawn carriages. All right, 6 double clicks. Select them all. Assign a route. Where is it? Fuel into Carrollton. Boom. And we're good to go. Let's hit play. I think we've got everything set up. We'll find out pretty quick if we don't. We'll go double speed most of the time, I think, at least. And we're looking for barrels to show up here. And there they are. Awesome. That tells me that we've got the full production chain set up. May not be balanced right with the trucking, but at least it's all set up. Here come all the carriages that we bought for those 3 routes. While those guys and gals are making their way to deliver their products, let's see how things are going over here. We're still oversupplied on logs, but the numbers come down quite a bit. Now, if we look at this route, the finances, this has been pretty profitable for us. I'm guessing this balance 122, 820. If I go into the lines here in the bottom right, line statistics, this is logs. So that is a huge moneymaker. I think we're safe to add trucks here. Let's add 4 more to this line. Manage vehicles. You've seen me do this 100 times now. We'll take it up to 27. How about 5 vehicles and make it 28? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Duplicate them. Now we've got 28. How are we doing over here? Same problem. This guy is oversupplied. Let's add 4 more here. I'm just ballparking. That's not a huge oversupply. Maybe just 3 more. Manage vehicles. I'll pick 3. Boom, boom, boom. Doesn't matter which 3. Okay, we just add 13. Oh, can't have that, right? Superstition. Duplicate. 14 vehicles there. And how about you guys? These guys are keeping up. Okay, achievement earned. The first industry upgraded. I don't know, something about a manufacturing. So somebody just upgraded. It might have been... I don't know who it was. Was it... I don't know that these guys can upgrade. The forest? This guy may have upgraded a level. Sawmill. Oh, no, it looks like maybe this guy. The tools factory actually upgraded. So that should be able to put out more tools. You can see the supply of incoming planks is low. We did just add some trucks here. We're running double speed. But it takes time for things to kind of balance out. Like here's a bunch of trucks just finally making their way to their routes. They don't have anything to pick up yet. We're still waiting on trucks to get here and pick up our oil. This is going to be oversupplied right out of the gate by a lot. But we got to wait until, you know, some trucks do their thing. Know if it's balanced or not. At least that's how I play. Check out our town. We're already up to 261 for residents. We're getting 100% bonus now, not the 20% that we saw last time. Most of that's coming from our supply of tools. And we're supplying 80%, I guess, of the demand. I'm guessing that's 80%. And we're still getting this bonus. We didn't do anything for this, but we're getting a bonus on the traffic in town, I believe, of 20%. So the town's growing. That's good. That means more money for us, more products to transport. Let's take a look at the destinations. We talked about moving people around. We've only got 3 people, maybe 5 that want to go to Arlington. So that's not terribly compelling for setting up a transit route for that yet. But we could set up busing within town. We haven't done that yet. Let's see. And then eventually we got to think about expanding out. But I want to make sure we have a decent balance sheet before we do that. Let's take a quick look. So our road income looks like it's increasing. I'm guessing these are quarters roughly. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, 11, 12, 1, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah. These are quarters. So our quarterly income from the road operations looks to be increasing. That's good for us. We spent a bunch of money. This might have been the roads and the stations and stuff that we just set up for the oil processing. And then this might be a little leftover trucks that we just added. Interest has gone up because we took out more money. I think we're at 2.5 million, which means we're probably going to be paying 25,000 a quarter in interest until we pay that down. Yeah, we're at 25 or 2.5 million in our loan. We'd love to pay that off, but we need to invest. This is the investing stage, not the paying off stage. These routes are going to be not terribly profitable until things get moving. This is way underutilized. The numbers seem to be increasing. I'm going to go ahead and add some trucks here. Yeah, we've got 6. Let's see if we can double that right out of the gate. Boom. Okay, that drained our bank account. But now we've got 12 vehicles delivering the raw crude oil from the oil well to our oil refinery. This guy is not backed up. Looks like it's all right. It's only got 3 products to sell or to pick up, so that's good. And then this guy obviously is not backed up either. That is the fuel. In fact, it's showing nothing's been picked up or delivered yet, so we may not have even made the trips, all the trips yet to complete one production cycle. Again, I'm running double speed. We'll probably keep it at that for a while. I'm thinking next, well, we can start on this. I was going to say next episode we could work on the bus routes. Let's take a stab at doing this. Don't know how profitable these are going to be. But I think what we're meant to do, and I could be wrong, I'm new to the game. I haven't read much about it. Just taking a sip of tea here because I'm losing my voice. But I think we're meant to connect our residential areas with the shopping area, commercial, and with the work area. I guess work would be commercial and industrial in theory. Because people got to work in the shops too, not just go shop there. So we could think about setting up some bus routes here. And maybe connecting some of these roads in a way that makes sense. Let's do that. I hate to spend the cash to do this, but thinking we could close off some of these roads in a way that makes sense. But man, tearing down buildings is not cheap. 200 grand to tear these down. So let's do the easy thing first. Let's close off let's make some squares. I'll try to stick with medium streets. Boom. And we'll start with like a kind of a grid in our town. Boom, that's another 16 grand just for that. And maybe connect this. Seems reasonable. And I'm going to leave that for now. This is kind of a block, right? Love to move this guy through, but I don't want to spend the money to tear down homes. I don't have to. So let's see. For busing, how might we want to do it? What I remember doing last time I played this game, or played Transport Fever 1, was I tried to have loops through the districts, and then I had bus stops that kind of were near each other, so you'd come from the residential area and get right on the outskirts of the commercial area or something, and then you could pick up a bus and make your way into the industrial area if you needed to. I don't know that I ever came up with what is the ideal or optimal bus route strategy. Let's bring up the overlay and just see the zones again. We didn't look at the rest of these guides either, these other overlays. We can do that. Look at this destinations layer. That's kind of interesting. Oh, this could be helpful, right? Does it tell us? Let's see. Destinations layer. Nice. This layer shows the routes taken by the inhabitants to get from their place of residence to shopping or work. A distinction is made between public and private transport. Strength of the color and the labels indicates how popular a route is. Use the filter to select a town to see exactly how its inhabitants behave. Interesting. All right. All right. So what is this telling us? Guess it's telling us that these darker areas are the popular routes, right? So people are doing a lot of traveling up through, right through the center of town here, and to a slightly lesser extent, kind of through town this way. West to east, looks like. East to west. So I guess those are compelling areas for bus routes. You could have a line that just goes up and down this street. A line that just goes up and down that street. We could start with that and just see if we make anything. Make it make any money at all. Let's bring that up and theorize for a bit more on that. Where was that? That's kind of cool. Actually, let's see what the rest of these are. Cargo layer. Okay, this layer shows the routes the cargo takes to reach its destination. Okay, that makes sense. That's pretty much determined by our truck routes. And we can set waypoints if we want to lighten traffic. We may get to that at some point. Okay, the strength of the color and the labels indicate how popular a route is. Oh. I wonder if the numbers is something like how many trucks per month or something come across here. Could be. It also shows how well a town's industrial or commercial area is supplied with cargo. Not sure what that's telling me. Maybe how dark the industries are. This shading might say how well they're supplied. You can see we're just now starting to supply the fuel, so these are kind of a lighter shade of yellow. Maybe that's what that is. Okay, deliver the appropriate cargo to the industrial and commercial areas of the towns to improve their supply. All right, that's kind of obvious. Stations layer. What does this show us? Let's see. Oil well. What does that show us? What products are moving through? Oh, we got the little helper. This layer indicates whether the stations are overloaded. If the vehicles cannot accommodate all waiting passengers or cargo, overloaded stations will result. Overloaded stations have a negative impact on town growth. Yep, we know about that. Increase the capacity of the lines or enlarge the terminals of the station. Yeah, we know about that. We'll get to expanding the stations later. Street traffic layer. Okay, where's our town? Very good to very poor. Ooh, traffic lights. What? See what the hints are here. This layer shows the current state of the street traffic. Streets with traffic jams and the vehicles causing them are colored red. Traffic jams have a negative impact on urban growth. Improve the street network or public transport to reduce congestion. Light signals can be added or removed using the small buttons above the intersections. Okay, I don't remember that from last time I played Transport Fever 1. Maybe that was there. Streets can be taken over by the player, so the town is not allowed to change them anymore. Oh. I'm not sure how you do that. Oh, player owned, none. I don't know how that works. Maybe you buy them or something. Interesting. Player owned. It's showing that's locked. Yeah, no, that's just the symbol here. I'm looking at the top left of the screen. Traffic lights and player owned. Click on those. Interesting. We'll learn more about that, I suppose. Here is the pollution level. And then it's showing the residential district. I think this is where pollution matters. I don't think pollution matters as much over here. That little cloud, I think, is our building's being upgraded. All right, and it shows the pollution where the cursor is. Okay, and then what's the last thing here? HUD icon filter. All right, that's fine. We'll leave that the way it is. Cool, cool, cool. Before we get back to transit, I think we'll do that next episode, to be honest. Let's hold off and give some thought to what we want to do there. We'll probably make use of that overlay. But let's just check our routes here, and then we'll wrap up this episode. Logs are still overloaded after adding all these trucks. I mean, we've got a steady stream coming in here. That line, again, is pretty... looks to be pretty profitable. Our most profitable line still, even though we've got 20 trucks on... or 20 carriages on it, I should say. Let's put more, right? If the product is here, it means it's in demand. So we just need to ship it. As a shipping company, we need to be kind of on top of this. Let's go to manage vehicles. You've seen me do it before. I'm going to add 4 more to bring this up to 32. I accidentally clicked on the name there. Hopefully it doesn't select them all. Can I undo that? Let's do this again. Oh, I guess it does it by itself. All right, there's 32 on that one. And we've been making money. Look at our balance has been going up. We'll check the balance statement. Oh man, same situation here. Overloaded. Let's do the same thing. Manage vehicles. We'll do 4 more here. Make sure I don't have a bunch selected. Okay, it says right here, 4 vehicles selected. Duplicate. Boom. Bring that line up to 18. And how are we doing over here? This line is okay. Again, they've got, well, they've got a pretty long run. They've actually got a ways to go. But what do we have on that line? That's kind of interesting. Oh, we've got 22 vehicles. So that seems to be doing pretty well. We'll see now if the extra logs that we're going to be coming through cause us to have to upgrade this line too and put more trucks on it. We'll see. There might be some slack there. And then this line is brand spanking new. I'm sure this guy's not balanced well. 193 surplus crude oil. Let's use some of our bank balance to significantly ramp this up. In fact, 12 vehicles. Should we go up to 24? Just go for the gold here in one shot. Let's do it. Boom. Okay, that chewed up a lot of cash. That may not have been the wisest choice. And then this guy is doing all right for now. Gonna probably have a whole bunch more product coming in once our trucks make it, or our carriages make it. Look at them all. We just added quite a few, 12 or something. So that's fine for now. We don't need to do anything. And then over at the refinery, we've actually got some product here stacking up, the fuel. I may add a couple carriages if I can do it without taking another $500,000 in debt. I'll do it. Let's see if we can add 2. Okay, we just barely were able to do that. This one's not in a bad situation yet, but we'll add 2 just to kind of stay on top of it. And then let's take a look at our town one more time. Let me back up. I want to make sure I'm kind of in the same orientation here. We don't get lost. All right, we're up to 120% bonus. 70% out of our tools delivery. That looks like that's got room for improvement. That demand has gone up. And now we've got a little bit of a bonus coming in from our supply of fuel. And that line is still in its infancy, that whole production line. So we still need to scale that up and balance it. Not a big deal. Again, we're still getting a bonus on the traffic for some reason. And our pollution seems to still be good. We're not putting a lot of cars through the residential area of town. That's helping us. And it's showing here, we got a little up arrow here. The number of residents in Carrollton is growing. That's good for us. Let's take a quick look at destinations. People want to move around town. They don't want to leave town too much yet. And I'm not sure if we can spur that desire or that demand to travel outside of town by having a route. I don't know if that's how it works. If I put a bus stop in Arlington and a bus stop here and I run a few carriages through here, is that going to significantly boost the number of people who want to now go to Arlington? I'm not sure. Not sure how that dynamic works. We'll figure it out over time. But not bad. It feels like we're off to a decent start. Debt is holding at $2.5 million. We've been able to do some investing with that. And then, oh, look at our profit from our road operations. Doubled quarter over quarter here, more than doubled. And then we get another 100 grand the next quarter, and then who knows where we're going to land this quarter. Still in the negative, though, due to our investments. Still spending more than we're making. We had one quarter where we actually were in the positive. We'll see what happens this quarter. I think mostly what we got to do this quarter is, okay, look, there's a tip here. Railroad tracks can be built to connect train stations and train yards. Yep, we'll get to that, no doubt. But I was going to say we've been able to make enough money to fund our current investments. So it'd be nice if we could hold to that. I think what we need to do this quarter is probably going to be investing in more trucks and our oil or our fuel production line here. Production chain, I should say. Just to get this balanced. We just added a whole bunch to pick up crude oil. But we'll see how this all shakes out. The tools looks like it's doing okay. As the town scales up, we'll need to add more. We'll keep an eye on this overflow layer level. I'm still a little concerned by that. But we'll keep an eye on it. Not too bad. Again, we're just starting with the trucks initially. We'll get to trains and ships and later, probably a lot later. We'll get to doing the boats, the ships, or the airplanes. Sorry, the airplanes. The ships might come pretty soon. That's kind of why I chose this map, this setup here where we got lots of water. So we'll make use of those and hopefully get some profit out of that. But yeah, for now, this is Glidercat signing off, saying thanks so much for watching. Enjoy having you here with me on this journey of Transport Fever 2. I've been waiting to play this game for many months. I've got lots of games on the channel. So I have to wait till certain Let's Play series end before I can start new ones because there's just too much to play. But yeah, super glad to be playing this. Let me know what you think of the series in the comments. If you do like the videos, please do give them a thumbs up. That helps my tiny channel grow, and I'd really appreciate that. And I will see you all in the next episode.